You obviously love listening to podcasts. Well, have you tried an audiobook? Hi, I'm Kim, and I am an audiobook listener. It's actually my preferred way to, quote unquote, read. And if you haven't tried listening to one yet, go to www.fromringtoveil.com/freebook to get a free audiobook from Audible. I may have just given you your new obsession.
I'm Shannon.
And I'm Kim.
And you are listening to From Ring to Veil,
a wedding planning podcast,
where we share tips and information to help you plan the wedding of your dreams.
Without all the stress.
How to Geek Up Your Wedding, episode number 87.
Do you want to geek up your wedding? Are you an avid Doctor Who fan or maybe a Trekkie? Bring your love of all things geeky to your wedding.
There's so many ways to do just that. And here are some fun ways that we think are the geekiest.
Geeky!
I love geeks. My husband's a geek, so, you know.
Yeah, the thing is, there are so many ways to be a geek or whatever you want to say. And there's so many fandoms to be geeked over.
Right.
And brought into your wedding.
Right.
So, here you go. Here's some ideas.
So if you're a scientist geek,
sciencey geek,
sciencey geek, astrophysicists,
chemists, whatever,
Sheldon from The Big Bang Theory, a periodic table as your seating chart would be a cool idea.
I thought that was super, super cute. I love that. I'm like, who is the person who came up with that?
Right. And we'll have all these pictures on our Pinterest page. We'll have a board for that. So look up that on our Pinterest page. Fun table names. If you're a Star Trek fan, go through and have all the ships that are in the Star Trek
movies, TV shows, everything.
Yeah. And put the names of the ships on your tables.
Yeah, those are your tables instead of table numbers.
And you have Enterprise and Voyager and Deep Space Nine.
Whatever else there is.
My
out
husband's
there.
a big Star Trek geek, so
I mean, there are so many different ways.
Yeah, and you can look them all up. I mean, they have them listed somewhere.
Sure,
I'm
yeah,
sure.
Oh, yeah, charts and charts. I'm sure. Certain. I mean, this is geekery we're talking about. Yeah. Come on. Another thing we saw is ice sculptures. Now, ice sculptures were huge back in the day. They are making a little bit of a comeback. And you can do an ice sculpture of whatever it is that you're geeking up over, right? Like you said, a ship. You've got Doctor Who.
The TARDIS.
You've got...
you can put blue lights on it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the ideas are endless on the ice sculptures.
As you can see, we're big geeks here.
I think you're bigger than me.
I'm like, ooh, a blue TARDIS.
We've got a couple of different fandoms that we are fans of.
Cake designs.
Yes.
This can go to the extreme.
Yes.
There was one cake that's all over Pinterest where it has the Marvel characters on one side and then it looks like the regular wedding cake on the other. Mm-hmm. Which is awesome.
Yeah, it's like their secret identity. On one side, they're regular. On the other side, they're superheroes.
Geeky.
You could geek it up just a little bit by using the toppers.
Yeah.
You know, you have a nice
You could do
really
Superman and Wonder Woman.
Real pretty regular wedding cake, and then just have the topper geeky.
Superman and Wonder Woman.
You could do full cake designs. You could have a Tardis wedding cake if you wanted to, or Dalek or something. I don't know. I haven't watched that really. Oh, cupcakes. Oh, yeah. So you can use cupcakes and you can make it in a design and you can have them different colors and you can make a word or spell out something interesting. I mean, like, you can do a ton with these. You can make a display stand of some kind of something that's in your geek fandom and display your cakes on it. Cupcakes on it. Endless. If you are at all creative, dude, you could do so much with this.
Rings, are there. You can have rings made of anything
Pretty much.
now. And there are a lot of like the Marvel Avengers character rings out there. They have this one that's an engagement ring where it's his shield. Mm-hmm. Like you use rubies and sapphires and diamonds. Mm-hmm. It's cool.
I'm sure it is.
And then they have ones that, that kind of recognize other characters too, like Loki and Thor and things like that. So there's a lot of that out there. Star Trek rings and Star Wars. There's tons of things.
And then there's etching. You get etched on your rings, and you can put
like
quotes, yes, or sayings, or I love you in elvish, whatever that is, or
you can do
Klingon. You
can do the famous line through Star Wars, and I love you. I know.
I mean, endless there. You can do glow in the dark rings. I've seen those. Geek it up there. I mean, but the thing is, you got to remember, this is probably going to be the ring that you wear for the rest of your marriage, or your life, or whatever you want to say. So make sure you really like it.
You may not like that fandom all the time.
You might get sick of it. No, I'm sure. Once a fan, always a fan. Right? All right, your garter. This is where you can get really fun and do different colors and do different trinkets, Lego people, all kinds of stuff with those garters.
This one's a little out there. I don't think I would ever do that, but we have seen lightsaber bouquets.
Mm-hmm. So you have your beautiful flowers on top, and then where you hold it, where it's usually wrapped in beautiful ribbon, is actually the bottom of a lightsaber. Saber, not saber. Saber.
Saber.
And you can do other things, of course, like wrap in ribbon and then have a trinket, or you can have things hidden in it, or a wired Lego men. I mean, really, it's you can do a lot with that.
Centerpieces for your tables. That's where you can get really, really involved in your fandom. You can do anything. You don't have to, as we have said before, you do not need flowers on your table. If you want Tardises on your table, if you want the Millennium Falcon on your table, you can have that on your table. The Death Star, which I don't really recommend that.
No, but... And even if you do have flowers, you can use these items as the vases or the boxes or the receptacle where your floral will be. They could go in their own vases and then set inside. You could really make that work. Books. Oh, we love books. We really wish we could do book centerpieces.
Yeah, just tons of books everywhere.
I've seen scenes. Like there'll be those sand
little diorama things.
Yeah, like a diorama. Absolutely. But then there was the big dish with sand in it. What are those things called?
Terrariums.
Well, sort of. They don't have any flowers in them, but it's just sand, and like they had a Star Wars, like the Lego Star Wars scene out there in the sand. I thought that was really cool. And then Lego. You could build a Lego diorama, I guess you would say. Geek it up. Really.
You can also have like Legos on the table and then have people play with them all day. Because I would sit there and just
build stuff.
Yeah, I wouldn't do anything else. I would just sit there and build stuff.
Now, you don't have to entertain your guests, but that would be really fun. Legos are not just for kids.
If you have comic fans and your husband or you or your comic fans, you can bring those in all kinds of ways. You can make them into table runners because they have plenty of fabric out there with comics on them.
Right.
You can wrap your bouquet in them and all kinds of stuff. So
decoupage stuff on that.
Yeah, make the paper flowers.
Oh yeah, that would
out of comics.
Oh yeah, that takes time.
Yeah.
So if you're going to do that, you better start now. Just letting you know. And then as we talked about seating charts, but table numbers, you can do those in a whole different theme. You can. What I think is really funny is like if you're a big Trekkie and you want to do Klingon or something, and you can use their letters or numbers as your table numbers. I think that would be hilarious. Or any fandom that has a language like Defiance, they had a couple different languages in that you could use, just so many different things. And again, like you can name each table different ships.
If you're into really binary code.
Yeah.
I just thought of that.
I don't know how to even do that. I'm like zeros and ones. Yeah, which I'd be like, what the heck?
What was it again? 101, what? Anyway.
You can name each table a different character and then use that character to theme that table. Or planets and theme it after that planet, or cities, or
anything.
Yeah, really. I'm trying to think of all these different Harry Potter. You could, like different houses and, I just endless. So endless. This would be so fun though.
Your clothing. You can design the dress in the style of your favorite character. If you loved, say,
Twilight,
Hunger Games. Katniss wore several different dresses than her. She had her wedding dress in there too. Mm-hmm. So, you can style it after that.
Right.
You can style your whole wedding out of the Hunger Games, which I don't really get that.
Or Twilight. I know that's kind of been there, done that. But, hey, if you're huge into that fandom, you can do that. And I was thinking like if you do Defiance, let's say that's your fandom and you wanted to do a dress after, what's the girl with the real long white hair?
Yeah.
Like something that she's worn and you could do a dress. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like whomever your favorite character is, or the princess or the female character, you can do a really pretty dress in that theme, right? I'm just having ideas after ideas here.
See, this gets our creative juices flowing when we do this. And then we'll go do Pinterest boards.
Right.
And talk our brides. And you really want a geek wedding. Yeah, you really want this Tardis wedding. Let me tell you.
Aren't you sure you don't want that? Another way is this is really cool too. The petticoats of your dress have different colors to match your theme or your fandom. So if the colors are, let's say, red, white, and blue, you'd have a red, a white, and a blue piece of tulle.
Right.
So it's like...
If you were in Gryffindor, it would be maroon and yellow.
Or you could even do that sports fans too, which that I don't know if I'd call that geeky, but whatever. But I just thought those were pretty. We'll definitely put one or two of those on our Pinterest page.
The men can do all kinds of things.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Cufflinks, bow ties, suspenders, t-shirts under their dress shirts, which they can do a Superman thing. Mm-hmm. We see a lot of those pictures. Boutonnieres. Hats. Mm-hmm. Shoes.
Suspenders, did you say that?
Yeah, I said suspenders.
Belts.
So,
socks.
The guys really have it easy.
Yeah.
I think.
And, they could go in full character dress. You know what I mean?
I don't know if I'd want Captain America standing next to me getting married.
No, but you would like Jamie Fraser. Let me tell you what, your husband come up there in a kilt and a really nice Scottish. Okay, we'll discuss somewhere else. All right,
we might take that out. Anyway, kilts. Yes. Okay. I'm sitting here going kilts.
Yeah. See, really, you could do, depending on the fandom. You could do
her wedding dress too, because her wedding dress was awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
The boobage on that thing was anyway.
There you go. Your husband would be happy.
Yeah.
You can also do decorated shoes.
Yeah.
If you just want to give a little shout out, but not do the whole wedding, you could do some really fun shoes. I saw some really pretty, like hand painted stuff.
Yeah.
That was fabulous. I can't believe people can do that kind of stuff on shoes. Crazy.
The arbor and the arch, or, if you're doing an arch or an arbor, you can do all kinds of things.
Oh, yeah.
I have seen the Stargate from Stargate Atlantis. Mm-hmm. I don't know who made it.
They were talented, though.
That would have taken some work. Of course, if you're into books, book arches, but you'd have to destroy books to make the book arch.
Right.
Because you have to drill in the middle.
Yeah.
They better
Well,
be
as long
old
as
books.
you have the Kindle version, you'll be okay.
We've seen Tardises. We've seen all kinds of things. So you can just let your imagination fly with those.
Absolutely. And then the send-off. So we used to have the rice. Mm-hmm. No longer, we should not do rice. We used to have the birdseed. That's a mess, and not many people like that anymore. We have sparklers. We have poppers, bubbles.
So, if you're a Star Wars fan, lightsabers are the best thing. Mm-hmm.
Those make really pretty pictures, too,
Yeah.
I think. Nice, glowy.
You can have Major Windu, or Master Windu. Oh, sorry. You can have Master Windu holding up, his lightsaber, and then Luke Skywalker on the other side. So,
Yeah. And then, or swords, if that's part of the fandom, swords. Or like Harry Potter, you could do wands, or let me think here. If your fandom is, what else?
You can do Hunger Games, you can do bows and arrows.
Yeah.
You just shoot the bows and arrows. That might be frowned upon.
So take something from your fandom, especially if you're using it throughout your whole wedding, and use that as your send-off. Something interesting and neat and different, where the pictures are going to be very memorable.
So that's about all we have on Geek. We could go on.
Oh, yeah, we can definitely go on. But we don't
could go through each fandom and tell you what to do, but we're not going to do that.
give you some ideas.
But the most popular ones out there are really kind of like the Avengers, the Marvel characters, things like that. Of course, Star Wars, Harry Potter are really big. Doctor Who's really big as well.
Yeah, very big.
I mean, you can do anything with any kind of fandom. If you're a fan of Legos, like we said, everything could be Lego. Yeah. I've seen Minecraft weddings.
Yeah, that's true. And we're not real big fans only because our kids played that, but you know how that goes.
Yeah. So, I mean, you can take anything to the extreme.
You really can. You really can. And it'll just make it a memorable event. Different than anybody else's. I want to do a geek wedding. I don't even care if I like the fandom or not. I think that would be so fun. I want to go to one. Hey, if you're going to throw one and you're in the PNW, we would love an invitation.
We don't even have to eat.
No,
I just want cake.
We'll just come out and check it out and hang out with you and have fun. And if you are, email us at info@fromringtoveil.com or hashtag fromringtoveil on Twitter or Instagram and let us know.
Yeah.
And we'll put it on our books.
So don't miss a show. Subscribe to From Ring to Veil anywhere you listen to podcasts, and please leave us a review.
Until next time, no stress, no worries. Keep calm and listen on.
Thank you for listening to our podcast. You can find us on Facebook, From Ring to Veil, on Twitter, @From Ring to Veil, and on our website, fromringtoveil.com.
Music provided by bensound.com.